$11,257,418 is the revenue that I've done over the last 2 years with dropshipping. In this video, I'm gonna go over the most important lessons that I've learned over these 2 years. I'm gonna give you a lot of tips that you can use in your own business. To get success with a product, there's only 4 important elements. And this rank I'm gonna give you now is from most important to least important. So obviously, the most important thing is the product itself. It needs to match a list of criteria that you've set for yourself that allows you to only pick out the best of the best products that you find for Facebook and advertising in general. In my opinion, this list can vary from person to person, depending on how advanced they are. I would say the most important ones is that the product is in a passionate niche, meaning it's something that people could be passionate about. Example, it could be their baby, the pets, the house, the cars, sports, whatever. The second thing is that the product has a good profit margin. This not only means that the product can be sold for 3x of what the product is, but it also means that the product is very easy to upsell, because most of the product that you are gonna make is made in the upsells. If the product is very upsellable and you can get a good margin of that, it means that either it makes sense for the customer to buy multiple of the same product, or you can sell something that's very, very similar that makes perfect sense to the first product they want to buy, so you can bundle up on your website. This is the easiest way to make more bottom line profit and revenue. The third criteria, which I believe should be in everybody's list, is that the product should have great content out there already. This means that on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you can find content, there should already be videos of your product that you can reuse for your ads to begin with. Is this the most ethical way of testing products? Probably not. But it's the easiest and fastest way. So whenever you have proof of concept of your product is working, you can invest in custom content. That way you do not waste any time or dollars on the front end before you even know if the product is a winner. The number 2 most important thing for a dropshipping product to work is your offer. And why is the offer important? The offer is important because this is the first thing people see after they see what the product is. If you can come up with a good product and an offer that is so good that people can't say no, then people will buy and you will have these 5+% conversion rates. It's very, very simple. If you have 2 competitors, one competitor is selling it 50% off, but the other person is selling it as a buy one, get one free, same price. The buy one, get one free will convert better and at a higher rate just because the offer sounds better. So the only 2 things that is very important in the beginning to focus on is firstly your product, and then you have to focus on your offer, making the best possible offer. People will feel stupid if they wouldn't buy from your ad. The third thing is obviously in your creatives. You will never have a winning product without good creatives. But if you have an amazing product and you have a really, really good offer, your creatives can lack a little bit. That is why for beginners especially, if you focus on the 2 first things, you don't have to be really, really good with your marketing. You can be very, very basic and pretty much just do what your competitor is doing and copy their ads one-to-one almost and get away with it because you have a better offer, okay? The fourth thing, the least important thing, is your store. And I know most people out there think that your store is the number 1 thing and you need to have the perfect store. And it's simply not true. It's actually the biggest lie that has ever been told by these gurus online, because this is the easiest thing to say will make a difference. Because in your mind, when you're a beginner or semi-advanced, it makes sense when somebody is saying, oh, it's your store that's the reason you don't get sales. Because it can be very hard to actually create a good looking store. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you have a good product, you have a good offer, you have decent ads to good ads, you can have whatever store you want. As long as it doesn't look like a scam, it does not matter. Yes, it's very important when you scale up, because at some point, the amount you can scale without the store being important will reach its breaking point. So where you need to optimize your store for conversion rate and etc. But in the beginning, if you have the 3 other elements, your store doesn't matter at all and you can get away with almost everything. Okay, so put it in a list right now. It's the product, offer, creatives, and then store. After that, whatever else comes after, your page, your Instagram account, doesn't matter at all. These are the only 4 elements that you should ever focus on in the beginning. One other thing that I actually learned in these 2 years is it's actually harder than you think. So I just saw a guy, they make it sound that it's very easy to make it work. And yes, it's very, very easy to get sales if you have just some kind of idea what you're doing, but it's incredibly hard to get profitable. And you need to understand that it's not about getting revenue, it's only about the profit you make. Because at the end of the day, you will not be able to buy Rolexes and Lamborghinis with revenue. You can only buy that with profits. This also means that you always need to keep track everything in your books. And this is a very, very common thing that happens for most dropshippers. Whenever they get a really good product working, they get comfortable and then they stop tracking their profits and then they lose all their money. So it's very important to be on top of your numbers and understand that revenue is not profit, and revenue doesn't matter. It's only profit that matters at the end of the day. But I will also say, on one hand, it's harder than you think. On the other hand, it's actually easier to make a lot more money than you think. Most of these guys online talk about 100K months, 200K months, but that's peanuts compared to what people are doing online. There's people who are doing tens of millions a month with dropshipping. I'm literally doing over $1 million a month, and I'm a small guy. Like, I'm literally a small fish compared to some of the guys who's out there. So it's just to understand that it's very hard to get the ball rolling, but when you understand this and you create systems, know what you're doing, it's infinite amount of scale. So scaling is easy. It's very hard to get profitable. It's very easy to get sales. One thing you will notice right away when you start this and you really try and give it your all, everyone around you will literally think that it's the wrong thing you're doing, that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. I remember when I started, my friends were like, what the fuck is he doing? Because it was back in 2022 when basically dropshipping had been around since 2017. And since 2018, 2019, people are saying, oh, it's saturated, it's dead, it doesn't work anymore. That's what the belief that everyone had around me, especially my friends. When it works and you start to get some kind of momentum, some kind of buzz around you, everything changes. Okay, so understand it's just for a brief period that people are like this, and sometime in the future they will respect you so much for doing this. Some of course will hate you, and that's very common. I also have that with some of my old friends, but that's very normal. That's also gonna happen. Like, you can't control that. One thing that I, after these 2 years, can see now, tons of people doing different business models and different strategies in business in general. Dropshipping and e-commerce will always be the best business model to start. And there's no business model out there that you can start right now for a relatively low cost that has the ability to scale to the numbers that dropshipping has. Because when you do dropshipping, you literally learn every single skill out there when it comes to running a business. You learn everything from marketing to CRO optimization, the store building, to customer service, to media buying on Facebook, to profit tracking, to accounting, to fulfilling orders, logistics, everything you have to learn, because it all depends on you. So just understand, sure, there is a startup cost. It costs some money to get started, but the risk to reward ratio, if you spend $1,000 looking for a good product and you find a winning product, the money you make with that product can be 10,000 times the money you invested to find it. And there's no other business model out there where the risk to reward is as high as dropshipping. Sure, you can go start a service-based business, but scaling them past 50K profit a month is very, very difficult. I know people who are doing it. I know multiple people who are doing it, but they have been in the game for 5, 6, 7, 8 years from the beginning. Those are the guys who are at the top, pulling in $500 to $1 million profit a month. But you, starting right now on a content creation agency, will you see those numbers? I don't think so. And yeah, as I said right before, as I explained, with dropshipping and e-commerce, you can basically scale to infinity. All it takes is one product. Because the cool thing, if you find one product, that especially a product that works in the US, what I've done as well, I've taken my product in the US, the brand that I've created, and I've launched a German store, a UK store, a Danish store, Sweden, Norway, France, the whole entire Europe. I've tested out. And what do you think happened? Over 50% of the countries literally worked. Of course, I had to turn off some of them at some point because I didn't have time to devote all my time to the stores, and I had other business ventures that are making me more money. But it's just to tell you that it is actually possible just to find one product that works, take it to all these different markets. Now you have 5 stores that's working. It's very, very, very simple. And then you can actually scale to so many sales a day and only live by one product. Because if you have 5 markets that's working, the chance of your product dying is 0. Of course, product needs to be good. If it's bad, it's not gonna happen. But if it's a good product, you can run it forever. Also, to understand, the better you get with this business, the more things go on autopilot. At some point, you will get very good. You will have multiple stores running. You will make more and more money. And the more people you hire, the more things you outsource, the more things is on autopilot, who doesn't require you to work day and night. That's the beauty with dropshipping, because it is very, very, very active until some point it starts to go the other way, because you'll have employees, you'll have amazing people working for you, you'll have an amazing team. You just have to treat them right, and then you have a thriving business that doesn't require you to work all day. All right, the final thing that I realized I actually learned on very, very early on without me knowing is that networking is a massive game changer to success. If you have a massive network, it's very easy to have contacts for pretty much everything that you may need in your business. And trust me, whenever you start to scale and start to make money, you need contacts for a lot of different things: payment processors, ad accounts, store builders, VAs, content creators, media buyers. All these things is very hard to find on your own, at least good ones. But if you have a network of people, it's very easy to get a contact, because you just send them a message, boom, you get a referral right after. It's very, very easy to find people when you know people. And how do you do this as a beginner? How do you treat it as a beginner? In my opinion, the best thing you can do, and I would actually say it's a must to do, is either join a community or a mentorship. And I know right now everybody's, oh, he's selling us a mentorship, he's selling his community. I'm not selling anything. I don't have anything. I'm literally making these videos for fun. I'm losing a shit ton of money if you calculate my hourly rate with what I make a day doing these videos. I literally lose tens of thousands a week. But back to the point, the community thing is so powerful because you buy your way into a massive network. So if you are in a community, if you say a Discord, it might cost, I don't know what they cost today, maybe $100 a month, and you get access to 150 other people and maybe 5 people who are actually making good money, like 100K plus a month. That's massive. That's the biggest game changer that will ever happen to your life. Even better, if you have the money to afford a mentorship, which is what I did. I joined Michael Burns' mentorship back in the day. It's even better, because then you have one-to-one coaching with actual people who are making actual money with dropshipping. Imagine buying your friendship with a guy who's actively making money with dropshipping. You know he's making it right now. He knows all the strategies right now. He knows product right now that's running right now. How more powerful could anything ever be? So don't underestimate the value of a community or a mentorship. You'll be able to ask hundreds of different people a question. Somebody will always know the answer. I've never met anyone who were in a community who had a question which weren't answered by somebody in that, because everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everybody has different skills from their normal job, but you're on the same mission. So everybody's helping each other. That's basically the most important thing that I learned over the last 2 years. At least the most important things that I would have told myself as a complete beginner, that these were the things to focus on, these were the things to do. But if you like the video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. And as always, I believe in you. Good luck.